Yeah, it's Cali. How did I get in this position? I must be lucky as hell. They ain't believe me or in me. Said I wasn't gon' sell. I seemed lazy, so they never thought I'd one day excel. Hustling out the trunk of a busted Hyundai Excel. That's like when major labels told Kurt that grunge wouldn't sell. My ambition leads me down an endless tunnel to hell. Success is like a drug, you wonder what's real. It must get fulfilled. I didn't study, I would cut just like my buddies in jail. My juvie record was blemished. It resembled my complexion. Went from detention centers to the center of attention. I ain't famous, but I feel like I made it. I own 2 companies and I ain't 28 yet. My past is tainted, but at least it ain't fabricated. I ain't time cop, so I can't go back and change it. I rack my brain on ways to place myself in a different class. Remain a man of the people, it ain't no simple task.
Cheer, what's good? Your player partner, C.E.Izzo, your partner. It's Lush, that guy. Slim with the tilted brim, 80-inch rims on my space shuttle. You feel me? Because Hubble can never race this hustle. And I'm on my way to the Dirtbag Dan versus Tiger Ty battle at the Jungle tonight. Shout out to my partner Fox. And we got a lot of crazy cool stuff going on. Rolling Rockers, as you know, going on tour. The Vans Warped Tour this summer. Grind Time Now will be involved, and this is a call out to everybody involved in the culture, whether you're an MC, DJ, producer, a musician, model, whatever you are, however you want to get involved, skater. We are looking for people in every city. Just go to vanswarptour.com, check the website, you can see all the dates, and we're looking for people in every city to get involved, battlers and all that. And of course, Rolling Rocker is going to be rocking the spot, making your little sister hella wet and all that, Matt Ills will be rocking live. My partner Rhetoric, shout out to the Bring It Back tour, going to be in conjunction with us. We got 2 live bands rocking with us. It's about to be really crazy, and we are the only hip-hop on the Warped Tour this year. So also, while you're at it, hop on iTunes and cop that Non-Perishables Volume 2. I know fools were a big fan of Volume 1. It's one of the most successful projects that Coconuts ENT has ever released, but Volume 2 is way more crazy. We got, Slug from Atmosphere, Mr. Fab, Goldie from the Federation, Killa Tay, we got Motion Man, we got T Nutty, we got AP9, pretty much all the Fresh Coast regulars. It's a ridiculous project. I'm proud to be a part of it. Right now it's on iTunes and Amazon.com. I know all y'all bootleggers are gonna jack it anyway. We already released 5 songs for free. You can check them out on 2DopeBoys and dubcnn.com and get a little free download if you're digging it. Support the movement. It would be much appreciated. Yeah, and if you don't know, I'm in the backseat of a fucking Marshmallow Range, bitch. But what the point of this vlog right here is to let y'all know, some of y'all might be aware that we were recently, Grind Time Now, featured in the Source magazine, which is crazy because from the time I was a youngster reading the Source, I know there's been a lot of corruption with all that shit, but regardless, I'm a huge fan, like Chris Wallace said, you feel me? And mama loves to show me off, of course, smiles every time my picture's up in the Source, you feel me? That's the way I feel. My mom bought 10 copies of the February issue of the Source, page 23. And but the way the media is oftentimes when they interview you, you don't necessarily see when the final article is printed everything you were trying to convey. So what I want to let y'all know is everything. I got all the questions that they sent me in the email on my cracked ass iPhone screen, and I'm about to read them to you and read them and let y'all know really what I have to say about this. So you know what I'm saying? The first question they asked was, who are the top 3 battlers in my division and why? I'm from the Fresh Coast, the West Coast, which is extremely deep as far as talent goes. But as far as, in my opinion, the 3 battlers that I was compelled to write about at that time, first is Dumbfounded, because he totally encompasses the true purpose of Grind Time Now and has used his success and notoriety that he gained from battles to launch a rapidly growing fan base and promising indie music career. He has made quite a name for himself through viral video promotion. Ability-wise, he's also a very dangerous MC since he's charismatic enough to win over pretty much any crowd. It's really difficult to dislike that fool. Everyone's gonna like him off top, and he's got a mix of real effortless style, comedy, and a complex wordplay that pretty much puts him in a class of his own. And then obviously I gotta talk about my partner, the Persian Surgeon, Disaster, you feel me? Because there is nobody more difficult, and mark my words, nobody on the planet more difficult to beat in a battle than Disaster. The man is beyond obsessive. He embodies pure evil when he goes at his opponent. It's something you kind of have to behold for yourself in person. His energy is indescribable. He's very adaptable and can go toe-to-toe with pretty much, all the turfed out Fight Club style rappers and smack rappers, and go against backpacker nerd rappers, with a more comedy-based style. He can play off any crowd very well and is incredible with his rebuttals. Then I got a shout out. Obviously, there's Thesaurus and a bunch of ill dudes, but really I chose to write about Awkwards. Because Awkwards is probably, like, he approaches battles like a true MC. You feel me? He's an artist. Every line is extra clean, you feel me? He doesn't really use filler, like, he's really stylistically diverse with the rhyme schemes and all that. Really complex disses, you know what I mean? Like, super, super clean, and he's done a lot. You gotta, as far as freestyle ability goes, Awkwards is one of the best on the planet. And if you don't believe me, you can ask Juice, Supernat, No Can Do, or anybody else. Awk is up there. And then they asked me about the top 3 battles from the division and why. Off top, what I told him was, Dumbfounded versus Tantrum. There's no question, that battle it was like one of those things while you're watching it, it's like everybody in that moment that was there knew we were witnessing history unravel before our eyes, you know what I mean? Awkwards versus Arsenal was crazy because, it's bringing together a lot of different styles of battling that people feel are divided. Like, people look at Grind Time and they're like, Grind Time is just this style. And the Grind Time encompasses all styles of battling, and it's way beyond just battling. We're going into every single element of the culture and beyond. We're not just a battle movement, but as far as our battles go, we got everything from the most comedic nerd battles, like tonight, Dirtbag versus Tiger Ty, to fucking Arsenal, Rip and Shot versus Conceited, and obviously Arsenal versus Awkwards, which juxtapose these various styles, and that was crazy. And then obviously Illmaculate versus Thesaurus, an incredible battle. Like the two of the most highly touted battlers of all time who are teammates going against each other. It's just, it was so ridiculous. Then obviously I got to give an honorable mention to Passwords versus Hollow the Dawn, because they're 2 of my favorite MCs and bring a lot to the table. The next question was, how did you become involved in Grind Time? Now, what I have to say about that was the battle scene was quite stagnant at the time, and this is about, early 2008. There was a huge opportunity to be at the forefront of bringing more exposure to what seemed like a dying art. My crew was touring in the southeast and about to hit Florida, so I scheduled a battle through the homies D-Rect and Matt Ills, who I had known, from Scribble Jam and WRC for hella years. I also was very well connected and good friends with all the major battle rappers from Cali, since most of us work together and do shows through the Fresh Coast movement and all that, you know what I'm saying? So at the time, my battle that I was about to participate in was one of the most hyped in the Grind Time movement. We decided that I would be announced as the president of the West Coast chapter, and we quickly became the division with the most views, most highly attended events, and ushered in a new level of competition. Soon after, now you got the New York division and Midwest division gaining heavy momentum as well as Florida, and now we're on the brink of a movement that's about to make a serious impact on culture. And this was back in spring of 2008, a little bit before that. Now, what separates this division from the rest is, there's a level of camaraderie and respect on the West that is very unique. It is a region where battling has been prevalent for, well over 10 years, but as far as hip-hop culture goes, the West has made a serious impact, but has always been in the shadow of New York, you know what I'm saying? But we really had to just fight for respect for a long time to get to where we are. So it's what it comes down to is our events have gained so much notoriety, and the atmosphere that is provided at a Fresh Coast Grind Time event is so hype, with such a keen ear to lyricism, that the atmosphere truly causes MCs to rise to the occasion. or crack under the intense pressure, you know what I'm saying, if you a suck ass bitch, you know what I'm saying, it just depends on who you are. Relevant content and unconventional disses are very encouraged. Most of our MCs are known for having a comedic edge. There's a big misconception about our MCs though, that we're one-dimensional, don't have any real street MCs. That's complete fucking bullshit. Like, y'all dudes are scared and making up excuses because dudes like Locksmith, Passwords, and a bunch of other cats, like the whole jungle movement, Grind Time Now MCs who can hang with any street battler in the East, real talk, or any other region has to offer. That's pretty much what it is. Then they asked about the difference between freestyling and written, and I'll say, honestly, like, you got to incorporate both of those. If you want to be a complete MC as far as a battler, you need to know how to read your environment and key into what's going on and be able to flip rebuttals, because that's always going to impress the fuck out of the crowd. But you need to be prepared as well, because if you're not, you're going to make yourself look stupid as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, the effective pre-battle research, you know what I'm saying, like, it's made it a lot more interesting. So I think that's something that needs to be acknowledged and fools need to do. Do your research. Don't go into a battle blind. You don't need to fucking spend time researching your opponent, but at least make sure that your verses are well crafted, well put together, and well delivered. I kiss the ring, ho. Now they had a few questions for the founders and owners, and since I'm one of that, they wanted to know what our league offers that other circuits don't, and what we're planning on taking it to next. And honestly, this is the only battle league that was started by MCs for MCs. The type of promotion and support that we offer is on another level. It's a real family type atmosphere in a worldwide, all-encompassing hip-hop network with connections in all arenas of the culture. Grind Time Now is far more than just a battle movement, expanding into many different arenas of urban and youth culture. The source didn't put this in there. I don't know if it was editor or what, but this is all relevant. There are no stylistic barriers or guidelines in Grind Time Now, and above all, we operate under the principles of unity, integrity, and respect. You know what I mean? Now, and that's pretty much what we look for in our chapter heads, you know what I mean, when we're putting it together. And that's pretty much what it is now. We really appreciate the source giving us some shine. We hope to get more shine. We're real easy to get a hold of, grindtimenow.com. You can hit me on Twitter, twitter.com/Lush One. You know what I mean? I'm everywhere, so everywhere. Rolling Rockers. That's what it is. Shout out to my label, Chinese Man Records. Shout out to Ever Ready Records, down in LA. That's that's what we doing out here. Shout out to Gold Coin. Shout out to 9-5 Eyewear. Everybody keeping me dipped and fresh. One love. Grind Time Now movement. We just getting started. Log on, Vans Warped Tour. You feel me? And get involved, because now is the time. And also, if y'all don't know, one last thing. We're doing this new thing with BeReal.tv in conjunction with Grind Time and Coconut ENT. So if anybody's interested in over-the-web internet MC battling, we going into all four fronts of the culture, trying to reach the people that aren't near any major cities. So that's what it is. Dubs up, fresh side. We head into the sack. All right, and I'm about to hit the sack just like that, I mean. Oh boy. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, it's Cali. How did I get in this position? I must be lucky as hell. They ain't believe me or in me. Said I wasn't gon' sell. I seemed lazy, so they never thought I'd one day excel. Hustling out the trunk of a busted Hyundai Excel.